Hi, everybody. Um, this is just a short video to talk you through this week's writing exercise. It's connected to the work I'm asking you to do for this entire um, week about locating and evaluating sources. What I want you to do for this week's writing exercise is to think about the ways different sources serve different purposes. Um, what I'm not doing is bashing Wikipedia or just bashing doing a Google search for pieces of information. But what I want to suggest is sometimes it's fine to do a Wikipedia search. I know that when I watch movies, if I want to find out if something is true or not, say in a movie about a person or a famous event, I'll look at Wikipedia to find that information out. Or if I just need a quick fact, I might Google it. Um, but I don't know that I would always use it if I was writing a research paper. But that is not to say that I might not use it to help me get an idea of how to do some of my research. So today's assignment asks you to look up key terms. So if you're looking at my screen, I am looking up this idea of student debt because it connects to my topic, which is cost versus benefit, the cost or versus the benefits of attending college. So I've decided on these search terms. And I'm going to look it up in three places: on Wikipedia, in Google, and then in JSTOR, which is a scholarly database. And I have all of those here, and I'm gonna show you what I found. So when I initially clicked on student debt, it actually sent me to this page, which is about student loans in the United States. There's a lot of information here. I don't necessarily know that all of it would be helpful to me, but there's certainly a lot of information from, say, the US Department of Education about debt and about loans. And that could help me because those are official sites. So maybe as a starting place, this wouldn't be the worst place in the world. And actually looking at it, one thing that I think is interesting about it is that it explains to me federal student loans, which is not something that I don't think I would find nearly any place else. Like I'd probably find it on a government website. And so if I say even click on this, I'm going to click on Stafford Loans. So if I go down to the Stafford Loans, I might actually find information that will take me to a government site, and that might help me even more. So that's what I found on Wikipedia. Not all of it would be useful, but it might be. The second place I went to is I just Googled it, and this is one of the articles that came up. It's an actual video um, about um, student loan forgiveness, which might be interesting, might be useful. It's also super current. It talks about Joe Biden and his plans for it, which might be really relevant to me. CNBC is a popular site. It's a regular news program, so it's not necessarily scholarly, but one would hope potentially um, reliable. And then the last thing I found was this scholarly article that I found in JSTOR, and I'll show you that page. Nope, that's just the Bridgewater page. Yeah, here's what JSTOR looks like. In another video, I show folks how to use JSTOR, so I'm not going to go into that now. But this is one of the articles that I found. It's from the American Economic Review, so I know it's been peer reviewed, and what peer reviewed means is that other professionals in the field have decided that this is an article worthwhile. We have all the authors here, which is always a good sign. And then we have some pretty detailed information. We also have footnotes, which give me other articles that I might use or that could be very useful to me. There was one particular part that I wanted to show you here. So there's these crazy letters here. These are formulas. I am not an economist, so this doesn't really make any sense to me, which could tell me things like, here we go. This is really interesting potentially, but it would take some knowledge and some know-how to figure out how to read it. I think I could do it, but I do think that it would be difficult because I'm not an economist. So there might be some things about this article that are really useful to me. for instance, that I know it's reliable and I know that it's peer reviewed. But there might be other stuff that is not as helpful to me because I don't know enough to be able to understand it, though I might be able to figure it out. So once you've located your articles, I'm not asking you to read them super carefully. I'm asking you only to kind of skim them the way I just did. A little bit longer, obviously, but not, I'm not asking you to read them super thoroughly as if you're going to use them in your paper, though you might. You might even use, like I could use that JSTOR one for my annotated bibliography that I'm working on this week. I'm asking you to write only about 250 words. And I'm asking you to tell me, like, what is the difference between the information as we receive it in something like Wikipedia versus CNBC versus something like an article that you find in a database in school? How are they differently useful? How are some more useful for certain occasions than others? How are some useful for your particular project or for any school-based research project? I'm not asking for anything brilliant here. I'm just asking for you to look at these different sources, think about the kinds of information we get on them and how they are differently useful. And you can post that to this website. This is all available and live. Um, and just to say, I've been noticing that people have been posting a little bit, not everybody and not always, but keep it up. I hope everybody catches up. So this is the shortest video I made. That's because I had to do it again because the last time I did it, it didn't work. So lucky for you. So I hope you understand what I'm asking you to do. I wish you good luck and I hope you even have a little bit of fun. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.